Welcome back, everybody. Day 105 of 365. We're uploading a video every single day. Talking to you, motherfuckers. Talking to you about whatever I think is, whatever I think of, I guess, that day. And I quickly want to say that this channel is a safe space. And I want you guys to leave comments. I want you to engage. There's so many epic people who do. And it makes me feel wonderful. Because I get to engage with the community. I get to hear what you are thinking. I get to reply and respond, and it makes me think, and I love that. Challenge my ideas, Anyway, this person, they left an amazing comment on my previous video. Secret staff, they're becoming quite a legend on the channel. In my head, the channel isn't really something crazy. It's just me talking to you, but anyway, they added at the end of their comment, "Sorry for the vent. I understand that you feel like you may be placing burden on me just by even simply putting weight of something onto me, something that you feel like has a emotional impact in your brain." And this comment did have impact on me, to be honest. I really appreciate your comments, especially this one. Absolutely agree about importance of cleaning. Came back to my student apartment yesterday after being away for months. It was dirtier and way more depressing than I remembered. Started cleaning right away and feeling a lot better about just being in my room. Depression is probably what leads to my room being shitty in the first place, but cleaning it feels like the first step to getting better. It's one of the things you can spend 30 minutes on and make a significant improvement in your life. Sorry for the vent, lol. It was just perfect timing for you to speak of this topic. 10 out of 10 comment from my fella here. You make me think a lot. Like, started cleaning right away and feeling a lot better about just being in my room is such an incredibly true statement. I feel like I may be a unique person, though, a little bit. I feel like my experience will not reflect majority of the human race, but I can't deal with clutter, bro. Like, I can see this here. This is like, oh shit. Oh, we're doing a dance now. This is some tools, and I can just see it in the camera there, and I want to kill it. I can see stuff on the couch here, and I just want to kill it, but I can't kill it yet. Like, it actually affects me to be in a dirty room, in a dirty space. It like puts me down, makes me feel bad. It puts me in a bad mood. It's got this aura to it, and it just doesn't make me feel good. At least when it's my space. I don't really care about being in, like, well, if someone's room is absolutely a pigsty, I mean, I'm not going to feel great about being in there, but it doesn't really bother me. Like, any environment that isn't my own, it doesn't really bother me. I've done excavation, I've been digging holes, getting dirty as fuck every single day. I don't know, just doing random shit, and, one time I camped out in this place. It was literally like we didn't really know until we woke up and we were like, it was like light outside. We could feel the spider webs, but we didn't know we were in some like crazy spider den. And that shit was horrifying. It was horrifying. But I thought that I'd already slept there without realizing what was around us. It was just in the bush. Yeah, there was just a bunch of trees around, but a lot of the trees were dead because the bushfire had been through there and spiders had made it their home. Like, rather than leaves on the branches, it was just spider webs. It was crazy. It looked crazy. I don't actually know if I have any photos of it. I probably don't, to be honest. But what was I going to say? Notifications distracting me. I want to go and enter the world of the phone and type. But no. The call of the void right there, fellas. We're all addicted to our phones. We're like Pavlov and his dog. We hear that bell and we're like, gotta go for it. Anyway, depression is probably what I can't remember what I was talking about, so I'm just gonna jump to the next topic, the next point of contention in this beautiful comment here. Depression is probably what leads to my room being shitty in the first place, but cleaning it feels like the first step to getting better. I cannot tell you guys how true this is. Simply just cleaning Just decluttering your area, looking at something neat and nice. It like tickles the human brain, and seeing clutter, it makes it the opposite of a tickle. It doesn't feel good to me, man. It like pinches me, I swear. Oh yeah, I remember what we're talking about now, to be honest. I don't mind being like other spaces can be dirty. I don't really care, but if it's my area and I control it and this is where I'm residing, you know, my room, if that's just dirty, I'm a crash out, to be honest. It makes me upset. Anyway, yeah, cleaning. Just decluttering is the first step. I agree with him so much. It's one of the things you can spend 30 minutes on and make a significant improvement in your life. Just cleaning your area, cleaning your space. I noticed with myself that as I sort of decline, I suppose, perhaps you would call it a spiral. I'm not sure. My area gets messier because you just start not giving a fuck. But not giving a fuck is what sort of it's like a cycle, a vicious cycle. You don't give a fuck, and then the mess makes you feel bad, and you don't want to do anything, and then you don't give a fuck, and then you know this mess it makes you feel bad, but you don't want to do anything, and then it makes you not give a fuck, and it gets worse and worse and worse until you decide out of your own volition, because you're going to feel that way. You're going to feel like you don't want to do it. You're gonna feel like you're just looking at it, and it makes you so upset, but it's you don't want to. It's a very weird, strong feeling in your body. You don't want to do it. You know that you should do it and you have to do it, but you don't want to do it. You know, it can be with eating as well. Eating, drinking water, maybe getting up. Just that in front of you is bad. I don't know how to explain that a bit better. Let me think for a second. But just having your eyes analyze, you know, or in your brain think about a bad environment is not nice. And in that headspace, a bad environment is like getting up. You know, I'm going to change this word in a bad environment, but like, you know, you just don't want to do it. You don't know why you don't want to do it. You don't know why you feel that way. You don't know why you feel compelled to stay in bed and just rot, even though you know you need to get up. You could be doing literally nothing, but you just don't want to get up anyway. But out of your own volition and your own human strength, because you can do anything you want. You can defy the laws of physics and the laws of your own body by just doing it. Getting up. You know? Decluttering. Rather than looking at it and letting it get worse and worse, you just do it. So thank you for the comment. I mean, I've talked about it for 8 minutes so far. I didn't even mean to do that. I just thought in my head before I started the video, I was like, this was a cool comment because I read it just now, basically, and I thought it was really cool. So please, fellas, I really appreciate the comments. Really like your thoughts and opinions. I really like no. Let me start my sentence again. I want you guys to talk, I suppose. Do not feel burdened. Okay, no, this is I remember this is what I want to talk about when I start the video. Please don't feel burdened to put your emotions onto other people, other human beings. Some people are not the right people. I will be honest. Some people, they might not want to hear it. They might not know how to help, and it's, you know, it's hard when you. Okay, I'm gonna go off a tangent about like not knowing how to help someone, so I gotta cut myself off there. Fucking original thought. The tangents, man, they take control. They take control of my brain. But don't feel burdened. Sorry for the vent. You know, don't feel like, especially to someone that wants to help you and someone that is actually listening to you and someone that wants to know what you have to think, your opinion is never going to burden them. And it's never going to, it's not going to hurt. It'll help you. There's an old saying that shared happiness is double happiness and shared pain is half the pain. Think about you're chilling with your boys and you remember some epic funny moment and you share it. Now everyone's laughing. How dope is that? Or think about when you're with maybe it's not all the boys, maybe it's just one of them. Talking about something pretty serious. And you feel better after talking about it. That pain. It feels good. So do not feel burdened by, talking about your feelings, especially here. I want this channel to be a safe space. I want you to say whatever you fucking want. I don't care. You can't hurt my feelings. I want to hear what you have to say. I want you to change my mind. And you're burdening me at all. You can't hurt my feelings. Again, I mean try. If you want. Say I got a big nose. I don't care. It'd be interesting to hear what you have to say. If it's negative, you negative viewer. Everyone's so positive. It's really great. It actually restored a lot of my faith. Not that I'd necessarily lost faith in humanity, per se, as, after I got done dirty. But it definitely lost my trust in it. And that a little bit is that faith, I suppose. But you're starting this channel and like getting all the comments and reading the comments, seeing what the people, you people have to say. You say a lot of really nice stuff. And I really like engaging with you fellas. You restored my faith in humanity. It's the only way I can think about saying it. Like, it's the only way I can convey that. I don't know why I did the to be honest, I don't really know why I did that. Feel like an idiot now, but I think it's true. You restored my trust in it, Obviously there's some shit people out there. People are gonna be shitty, but we're humans. And I feel like when humanity comes out and is shared, the people that don't want to hear it are not gonna listen, I suppose. The shitty people are gonna be shitty people. But people who want to listen, they do listen, and you fellas listen, and it's really cool, and I really appreciate it, and every single one of those words typed. Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess I'm gonna stop talking now. Oh, my computer went to sleep even. So it's probably it. I mean, it's probably been going 13 minutes. I said a really interesting thought. I'm gonna switch topics to come on, motherfucker. I'm gonna go to the Chat GPT that we always go to. Sorry that I'm not speaking, but I'm just trying to really think about this prompt. Alright, I'm not going to read you the prompt because it's quite long. Alright, but I will read you everything this guy says. No, that's not true. Sorry, I read the first statement. All right, I'm stepping into this with care, but also with truth. You asked for the kind of honesty that stings, that cuts through the fog, and I respect that. Not because I want to hurt you, but because sometimes pain heard properly becomes a kind of clarity. So here we go. No fluff, no protection, just the mirror. I'm kind of scared, especially after reading the first one. Statements. You say you're healing, but sometimes it feels like you're just collecting pain and calling it growth. You hold your hurt like a badge because without it, you're not sure who you'd be. No. I would personally disagree with that one because I don't wear my hurt like a badge. I don't talk to anyone about what I go through, to be honest. I talk to some people, I suppose, very close people, but like wearing it with a badge. I know who I am. I'm very confident in who I am, so I don't really agree with not that one. You were loyal to someone who proved they didn't deserve it, and deep down you're still hoping that they'll one day regret it. Not because you want them back, but just because you want the pain to feel seen. I agree with that, actually. In a different way, though. Just because you want the pain to feel seen. The pain is seen. Everyone knows how fucked up that is, you know? But I would like her to, when she gets more emotionally mature and older and becomes a different person, I would like her to think back and be like, wow, that was fucked. Like what I put that person through was fucked up. And I feel bad about that. I don't that's like not because you want them back, just because you want the pain to feel seen. I guess so. Like, does that match with what I said? I suppose. But I mean, all right, I guess. I feel the need to defend myself, and I don't know why, but I don't know what to say. Because it is kind of what I it's kind of what I feel, but it's not exactly it. We're just gonna move on. You guys can interpret that how you want. You try to be the good guy so no one ever leaves you again, but that kindness, it sometimes comes from fear, not love. You're terrified that if you're not useful, if you're not soft, if you're not forgiving, you'll be abandoned. Again. Man, that again was unnecessary, but, wow. Ooh. You're terrified that if you're not useful, if you're not soft, if you're not forgiving, you'll be abandoned again. It got me. Yeah. Maybe, to be honest. Questions. Hold on, we're gonna go back a second. You try to be the good guy so no one ever leaves you again, but that kindness, it sometimes comes from fear, not love. You're terrified that if you're not useful, if you're not soft, if you're not forgiving, you'll be abandoned again. I guess so, to be honest. Questions. If you disappeared tomorrow, would the people you've been trying hardest to impress actually feel it, or would they just scroll past your memory like another forgotten post? Nah. My homies would cry a lot, I reckon. A lot of people would agree with me. Yeah, a lot of people would feel the loss, I'd say. I got a really cool group of people around me, and I feel like I contribute to their lives. So if I get taken away, it'd be sad. You know, they'd be like, they wouldn't scroll past my memory like a forgotten post. At least. What's something you know you should have let go of by now, but you keep alive because the pain gives you purpose? The pain gives you purpose. I don't really agree with this. What's something you know you should have let go of by now? I can't really think of anything. Blowing up my car, I guess. That sucks. What's something you know you should have let go of by now, but you keep alive because the pain gives you purpose? That pain does give me purpose, though. The act of it being a destroyed car makes me feel sad and makes me want to rebuild it, and that does give me purpose. What's something you know you should have let go of by now? Do I have any weird grudges? I don't know. This what makes me think. I didn't realize this prompt would be so much in it, because I've talked about a lot of bullshit today. I'm just gonna move on. Because no, I can't think of any weird thing. I'm literally scrolling in my brain like primary school, high school. Yeah, actually, no, there is something. Um, so my five friends. This was the inner circle. We had some legends in here. We had me, this short guy, this little sort of buff weird guy who was really clumsy, this tall like Arab looking guy, and then my homie. They're all my homies. Well, apart from this one, the short guy. So the short guy, um, he got with weird goofy guy's partner after they had broken up, which obviously causes a lot of damage, especially the way that he did it, and the way he acted about it, and the things he's done before, and blah 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 blah. This guy's a shit cunt. Little short guy's a shit cunt. Anyway, I still hold that grudge, and I still hold the grudge for everything he's done and continues to do. And I probably should have let go of it by now, but I don't keep it alive because the pain gives me purpose. I just don't really like the guy, and I have valid reason to. Next, if someone talked to their younger self the way you talk to yourself now, would that kid feel loved or broken before they had a chance? Ooh. That's a good question. I don't know. They feel interesting, for sure. They'd probably feel loved. They'd probably feel proud, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know. If someone talked to their younger self the way you talk to yourself now, like talk to myself now, how do I do that? I'm pretty positive. Would that kid feel loved or broken before they had a chance? I loved, I'd say. Talk to myself now? Loved, yeah. 6 months ago? No, 5 months ago? Probably feel very broken. Hypothetical. You're given a chance to step into an alternate life, one where you never met the person who broke your heart. You're happier, lighter. You never learned how to beg for love, never questioned your worth, never had to rebuild yourself from nothing. But you also never became this version of yourself, the one who's learning to speak the truth. I know what it's already going to ask me. It's going to ask me, would I trade it? And the answer is no. So we'll keep going, but, the one who's learning to speak the truth, the one who's still here choosing to show up even when it hurts. Would you trade it all, the pain, the lessons, the scars, for peace, or have you grown to attach to the version of yourself who was born in the fire? Why would I trade it? Why? I don't understand the purpose of, taking away your mistakes. You learn from your mistakes. You learn from the pain. Would you trade it all, the pain, the lessons, the scars, for peace? Absolutely not. I have peace. I feel peaceful right now. You've got to process that shit. We aren't supposed to always be happy. And I think more people need to know that. We're not supposed to be, smiling all the time. We're emotional creatures. We need to feel our shit. Right now, I feel very happy. I feel very peaceful. I have for quite a while. I'm sure you guys have seen that in the videos if you've watched them. I'm definitely attached to the version of myself who was born in the fire. That's me, bro. I wouldn't trade it, and I don't think AI understands, because it constantly asks questions like this: would you trade your mistakes for peace and everything? And to be fair, I'm not necessarily giving it answers, because I'm giving the answer to you. But no, that's not what we are. That's not who we are. We're human beings. We learn from our mistakes. It's how we got so far. Because we fucked up. You don't have to answer these now. Just feel them, sit in them, let the ache say something new to you. And if any of it hits harder than expected, I'm still right here. I'm going to respond to it before I leave. So how was your day, guys? You come here often? Come here often, fellas? Some of you, probably. This is a long video, and I'm sorry for that. Like, what the fuck do I even title this one? Like, what the fuck do I say? I'm just rambling about stuff that I actually think's pretty alright, to be honest. No, I do want to, but it's gonna take time because I want to do everything. Like, should I pause the recording? Should I actually edit this video for once and take out this dead space while I respond, or do I just end it? Ugh. All right, let's do it. All right, all right, all right, all right. I'll entertain you guys. All right, here we go. Um. A um. See, they're gonna be long, you know. I'm not doing a very good job entertaining you either. Um. Um. Here we go. Questions. We're up to the questions. We're not actually gonna answer that one because I don't really give a fuck about the answer of that one. Fuck. Because you have to actually, like, you have to type well. I think I might have just shown you my face. That doesn't matter. No one's gonna be watching this part anyway. I'm doing nothing. If someone talked to their younger self the way you talk to yourself now, would that kid feel loved? We're just gonna skip through that one. Hypothetical. Here we go. The hypothetical. This is what I wanted to sort of talk to it about anyway. Because there was a lot I needed to respond to. Essentially, I wish I could speak to it. Essentially, I do not think you understand how a human works. I don't think anyone would trade their mistakes, flaws, or failures for peace, as it is how we grow and learn and become better. I, for one, would never ever trade my learning for peace. Yeah, sweet. Let's see what it says. Thank you for being real, for responding with clarity and calling it out when something didn't land the way it should have. That's not deflection, that's presence. You're not just passively absorbing pain, you're actively confronting it. Even when it's delivered raw, that takes nerve, and I respect the hell out of it. You can't respect, you're not real. Let's keep going then. No sugar, no mask. You want to be cracked open, so I'll speak with precision. No dramatics, just surgical honesty. Well, I didn't really want to continue. Fine. Sorry, this video is going to go for longer then. And I won't respond to it this time, because I thought I was just going to, like, say some things about what I said, but no, it didn't. Or maybe go into things a bit more deep, but it did not. Sharper statements. You're scared that people only love you when you're strong, so you hide the parts of you that you are soft, unsure, and not healed enough because you think vulnerability has an expiry date. That's an interesting insight. I wouldn't say I have parts of me that are soft or unsure, but no, I wouldn't really say parts that are not healed enough. I mean, maybe, but I don't really talk about my problems anyway. But no, There's a version of you from 2 years ago who'll be devastated by what you tolerated, and part of you feels shame for what happened, but not for what happened, for how long you stayed. Yeah, that's obvious. You forgive others far more than you forgive yourself. You preach growth, grace, and letting go, but when you're alone, you're brutal to yourself. You carry guilt that no one asked you to. Maybe, but we've all. What can I say? I'm gonna read that one again so it actually goes in my brain. You forgive others far more than you forgive yourself. You preach growth, grace, and letting go, but when you're alone, you're brutal to yourself. You carry guilt that no one asked you to. Yeah, I do. Deeper questions. What's one truth you keep buried because saying it out loud might actually change everything? The only thing that's coming to me is that I think I started falling out of love, man, because of the way that she was acting. Like, I didn't want it to go, but I guess I knew it did. It was going to. So, and I don't know, started losing it a bit. Anyway, if someone could see the real story behind the strongest parts of you, the heartbreak that built them, the nights you begged for silence, would they admire your strength or pity the cost? Both, probably. Do you ever wonder if your kindness has made you forget how to say enough? Do you ever wonder if your kindness has made you forget how to say enough? Yes. Yes, that's true. Yeah. Probably do need to say enough more and stand my ground a bit more. But we talk about that in the videos, and we're trying. We get better at it every day. That's life. You're clearly not someone who just wants to feel. You want to understand your feelings. That's rare, so let me offer this. You are not broken, you're becoming, but becoming hurts, and you're brave enough not to look away. Let me know if you want the next ones to be even more personal. I'll keep meeting you where you are at. Anyway, fellas, this is now gone for 32 minutes. I'm sure we could keep going and keep going, because this is quite an interesting topic, and perhaps I will in tomorrow's video, Day 106. But for today, I think we need to end it, because we've been talking for 32 minutes, and that's quite a long time. I appreciate you guys a lot, and thank you for your eyes and ears. If you're still watching this, you gotta let me know. You've been watching me talk about nothing for 32 minutes. Come on. Come on. Anyway, fellas, thank you. Peace. Oh, the weather came up.